comments. We're live at Extreme 104 SVG. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So coming from Searchlight.vc, if you're just joining us, if you would have missed a little bit from earlier this morning, prisoner serving a sentence for manslaughter briefly escapes custody. So it says that it took him to the Milton Keto Memorial Hospital, right? Seek treatment for something. He didn't say that in his story there, right? He was serving a 20-year sentence. He was sentenced in 2012 and he briefly escaped custody last night. But he's back in custody. He apparently went home and his family say, hey, what? Not today. No, not for that. We got to take you back because that's where you are supposed to be. I'm absolutely certain they were probably really scared. You know your family member supposed to be in prison. You hear a knock on your door and you see that same family member asking you to let them in. But I would have been frightened. Like, how you reach here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in jail. The troubling thing is, right? I don't understand. How is it in the last 2 years? The last 2 years, we've had 4 escapes from prison. 4. Hold 4. We had one individual in 2019. We had 2 people running away in 2020. And of those 2 persons, so Primus was in 2019. Then we had Primus and Chucky in 2020. Then we had Small in 2021, earlier this year. And then we have Pompey in 2021. I gotta sit back and wonder. I think that is too often. If that is too often. Now the story says that he jumped over the fence, and ran home. Ran home to meet his family. And that should say something to you. Knowing the fact that your family members could very well take you back to prison, you ran home to meet your family. It doesn't seem to me like he really wanted to escape. Perhaps he just wanted to be in the comfort of his family. You understand what I'm saying? But it's terrifying to think. I don't want to use the term easy. I don't want to use the word easy. But why so much prisoners are able to escape is baffling to me. In 2 years, 4 escapes, 4 prisoners. One of them spent a whole month. A whole month. My man could have reached Italy and come back on a boat, because if they go by the port, they go catch him. He could have gone on several vacations. Another one, they park up, sit down underneath a tree. A grammar school playing field, waiting. That is frightening. It's very frightening. Do we have a problem with securing our prisoners? And why do you think he escaped? Why do you think he ran away? It's not easy being behind bars. Being in prison is not a bed of roses. But if you are found guilty of doing the crime, you have to do the time. But how is it all these folks, all these prisoners are managing to escape? How? And when you think, okay, one of them got away twice, 2 times in just about a year. And you think that they would either heighten security. You think that when they take them out of prison, that how? Why? I just can't understand it. 4 escapes in 2 years from the prison. What if it was somebody else who wanted to do some sort of ill, who wanted to get back at somebody, came out, do the business, and then went back in. They can't figure out who do it. Worst case scenario. You had to be really scared, man. I would have been frightened as hell. I'm telling you. I would have been frightened as hell. Somebody says here on Facebook, if man escaping prisoners here, imagine how many COVID-19 cases escaped from the health ministry radar at the ports of entry. You had to go there. You had to go there. We really on the UN Security Council? And that person is laughing, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. All right, you can hit us up on the WhatsApp 4301043. You can call us at 4571043. Or you can send a comment on Facebook at Extreme 104 SVG. All right? But it is troubling. Somebody says, and you'll get this. All right? Somebody says he went out to get some sex, LOL, at home by his family. Seriously? Here's another one. I think I will read this one last. Because I will read it last. Because if that were the issue, that brings to light some other things. All right? Here's a voice note here.
Good morning, Extreme family. I might sound out of the way what I'm going to say, but I feel there's some inside job inside of this thing going on. Some inside job, because I can see you escaping from prison so often. You have to be some kind of inside job. Serious.
Or is it that they don't have sufficient staff? Is it that we are taking a lot of things for granted as the police force? Is it that the prison officers, what is it? They just don't care. They turn their back for a minute and then bam, the prisoner gone. What is the issue? And why is it happening so often? Once is too often. 4 times in 2 years is way too often. What will it take for things to change? And for, I don't know, heighten the security system? What will it take? And are we really paying attention to how we are securing our prisoners? Are we paying attention to how we are transporting them to and from various destinations? You have to take a prisoner to MCMH. Regardless of where you take that individual, there should be absolutely no point at which that prisoner feels that they could run away. None whatsoever. We dropped the ball one time with Primus. We do it again in 2020. 2021, it happened twice. 2 times in a year. I hope that whosoever is responsible for this will be dealt with. This is too many times this year. And 4 too many times. How about that? 4 too many times in the last 2 years. Somebody says he wanted some well-cooked meal, so he headed home. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Inca. All right. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Someone says, right? And this might change your mood a little bit. It says, I'm a neighbor of the family. It says that he only had 9 months left in jail. And they say that he is suffering mentally from a breakdown. That's really sad. If that is in fact true, I mean, it would sort of make a lot of sense. Because as a prisoner, you've been in there for quite a number of years and you only have 9 months left. You wouldn't want to jeopardize that, to stay in there even longer. You saw an opportunity and you took the opportunity. because there was an opportunity. But if you're suffering from a mental illness, you could understand why. And if that is the case, well, these things really sad, boy. Every time I hear about mental issues, I get really upset. I wish we were a society that paid closer attention to mental health issues and paid closer attention to, maybe that is the reason he had to go to MCMH. I don't know. But it's really sad. Whatever point he would have started suffering from mental issues, if that is in fact true, it's just a comment I read here coming in from the WhatsApp. I hope that he is getting the help that he needs. But regardless to what, it should not have happened in the first place. He should not have had the opportunity to escape the prisons. I hope the Minister of National Security is paying attention. Honorable Minister, I hope that you are paying attention and that you are doing what needs to be done to ensure that our prisoners are kept safe, because that is your responsibility, to ensure that our prisoners are kept behind bars where they belong until it's time for them to be released into the general public. To ensure that our prisoners can be rehabilitated, whether some of them like it or not. To ensure that when they come out, they can reintegrate themselves into society and be positive contributors to this society. It might be a lot on your hands right now, but if it means you have to switch around a couple people, if it means you have to spend a little bit of money, then you got to do what you got to do. You cannot have so many prisoners escaping the prisons. You cannot. Do you understand what that could do? As soon as one of them sees the opportunity, others are going to jump on board and make attempts. You always have to be 50 steps ahead. Some of these guys are real crafty, you know. You always have to be 50 steps ahead. But like the prisoners ahead of the prison guards. Probably ahead physically and whatever other alley there. All right, so let's get a voice note in here. Let me see if I could play
You
this
see,
one.
Crystal,
Oi!
St. Vincent is a lawless country, and
Hola.
you guys might not, you might disagree with me. But once exactly what you just read, and you said this prisoner, I'm not sure if it's the same guy from Vermont that keep escaping,
No,
because
it's not this
my
one.
radio went in and out. If it's him that keep escaping, that's horrible. Just send him back to New York and let we deal with him
Ah,
up
it's
there,
a
because
different
we
one,
waiting
pet.
for him. And once you are suffering mental illness in prison, Crystal, don't you think there should be more precautions to be taken with that prisoner? Because once it's mental enough and he escape enough, he could do any time they can carry anything on the outside. So, to be honest with you, no, I suffer with mental illness. I don't do them crazy thing, they. Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. I suffer with mental illness. Let me let the whole world know now.
Pet?
Me one of the calmest person ever until you mess with me. Give me a break. Oh, they're so lawless down there. It's not funny. Somebody should be held responsible for this. Escaping all the time from prison? Or is it, as the guy said, they don't care, the prisoners, because they must feel so much work and we ain't getting a decent paycheck? Man, something has to be done. It's embarrassing, actually.
All right, let's take in a call. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that one. Let's take in this one here. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Crystal. That prison break is quite alarming and it's upsetting at the same time, because we had quite a few prison breaks in the past, and one would assume that the authorities would take a step to make a prison break more difficult for the prisoners. Not say it's going to be 100% secure, because anybody could escape from anywhere at any given time. But the frequency in which it's happening leads me to believe they don't care. They are lackadaisical. It also means that they hire people because a friend, they hiring a DJ to to play netball. They hire a cricketer to play soccer. They hire a fisherman to go pick coconut because of who you know and what you know. I mean, like seriously, and you asking the Minister of National Security to say something. Minister of National Security does sit back and take a picture and do say or do nothing. Only when he have a big wiggle, when he go Mexico or when he go other places outside of St. Vincent, he talk to impress the other countries. But locally, he allowing people, suppose the prisoner they decide you want to come out and eat somebody food that snitch and people go jail. Who should be blamed for the murder? Now the state, if he is a responsibility of the state and they allow him to walk out of jail, could potentially go to somebody's house and cut them short because he think them the snitch and there was a crown with it in a case. Who's honey blood them depend? I mean, it's a serious question that people have to ask, and these are things that we have to protest about. These are things we have to hold these people accountable because guess who paying for them prison officers day? Everyone are we. Me and Crystal, big up yourself today's Monday morning. Man, I'll be safe from COVID, please, and thank you.
You too.
Proud of me.
You too.
I sign up for my first job. I'm taking my first job soon.
Father God.
I'm taking my first job soon, and even though I'm not anti-vax and I'm not pro-vax, I just decided to take my job because I have to try to do my best, my part for humanity. And a lot of people saying, because I did a lot of research over the time, and a lot of people saying this vaccine is population control.
Okay.
What is the best way to control population and let COVID kill people?
Okay.
If you have something that's efficiently killing people already, why interfere?
Okay. All right, man.
I'm saying now, okay, if 100
don't go off too much now. You join late. Don't go off too much.
No, me not go off too much.
Yeah, go off too
another
much.
thing. If 100 people take COVID and one dead, so be it. That's fine because guess what? If somebody get in a vehicle accident and dead, where I go do? Right donkey go tongue from Chattabile or I go still right vehicle?
All right,
it's a numbers game.
All right. Go back to work now. Okay, man. Just now you got to pay for 15 minutes. All right. Big up yourself. Right. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you so much for that. Let's take in another call. And there it goes. All right. If you want to call us, 457-1043. The lines are open. We're up on Facebook at Extreme 104 SVG. Here's something that crossed my mind, but it's coming in as a comment on the WhatsApp. All right. The biggest question, right, is why, and I'm going to put in, if this person is suffering from mental illness, why a mentally afflicted person is in the prison in the first place. That's not where he should be. But like you said, no attention is paid to mental illness in our country. We call them, quote unquote, crazy and ignore them. It's sad. What happens to prisoners who are deemed to be mentally unfit? Being in prison is not easy at all. I ain't talking from experience, but there was a time a few years ago, we had a program here on a Thursday where we were speaking to, it was over a month, I believe, and we were speaking to different prisoners. And the stories that they shared were very heartbreaking. How it's just really difficult. You are away from family and friends. You have limited opportunities. You have limited privileges. You're around a bunch of men 24/7. You can't see a woman if you had a woman before you went to prison. You could only see your family at certain times. You always have to be on your highest guard. Yes, there are opportunities for you to learn certain things, but it is not a bed of roses. You have issues with the sleeping. You have issues with food. You have issues with bugs. All kind of simmy-dimmy. It is not easy. Not everybody will be fit to deal with those sort of circumstances. And there might be people in there who are wrongly convicted and have to live in such conditions for X amount of time. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning, Crystal.
Hi, what's up?
If they now go to prison, all them to do stop make trouble. We then go look for something to do. You understand me?
Yes, please. All right. Thank you very much. While that is in fact true, if you don't want to go to prison, the easiest thing to say is don't do the crime. But there are some crimes out there that are termed as crimes of passion. In the heat of the moment, things happen. Things happen. Sometimes you never mean to hurt somebody, but they die at your hands. Things happen. Some people sit down and think about killing people. For some people, it happens by accident. But the fact is, they are in prison at this time. Some people regret their actions. Some people regret not walking away. For whatever reason you got into prison, you have to be responsible. You have to do the time. But what if, while serving a sentence, all right, let's take a pin there. Time are going off at this point. Hello, good morning.
Morning, pushing all day.
He's not here at the moment.
Okay.
What's up? Talk to me. But wait, Messia. You call online just to ask if I'm on holidays, boy. Jesus. What if that prisoner starts to develop symptoms of mental illness? Are there things in place at the prisons to deal with such individuals? Are these individuals transported to the mental health rehabilitation center? What happens to them? And the mere fact that somebody could say that it's said that the person was suffering from a mental illness, but they're coming from the prisons. I don't know how it works, but it's crazy to think about. All right, let me see if I catch it. I keep missing. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. All right, try again before I wrap things up. It's already 20 minutes in. All right, but it's just interesting to think about. Not interesting. Hi, Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy. I hope that the Minister of National Security, yeah, I know you got your hands full at this time. You got to deal with COVID. You got to deal with X, Y, and Z. You're not going to be there forever. How much ever years you got to spend as Prime Minister. Maybe you are contemplating and think about passing on, or not passing on the reins. All right. I don't know whatever is in your plate at this moment. I don't know. But find a little bit of space to deal with the issues at the prisons. Whatever problems they have down there that is leading to so many prisoners escaping in such a short interval, please. Whatever you have to do, please. And while you are at it, I have to check up on the place in, what that place called again? Montrose, right next to you, to make sure that them guys still ain't sleeping under them wet, soggy mattresses, to make sure that the roof still ain't leaking, to make sure that grass still ain't growing from the roof, and to make sure that steel ain't dropping and concrete ain't dropping on folks, and they have a proper place to stay when they come out of the good house to serve the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yes. Put that on the agenda too, please. Please and thank you very much. All right. Gonna end the live right now. Good morning, Miranda. We'll get to your comment in just a bit. We're gonna take in some music right here on the Wake Up Call. Yeah, it's the first day of the working week for most of us. Some people start working on Sundays. Some people work 7 days a week. You know how it is. And it's the first day of school as well. Congratulations to all the students. The good thing is you didn't have to iron the uniform and put it on today, and nice shoes, but that's a day that a lot of people look forward to. But soon, it'll come soon. All right.